Hi, Gemini, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. This is for February 17th through 23rd, 2020. And this week, Gemini, we have the new moon in Pisces. We have the sun going into Pisces. We're also under this Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So it's going to be a very emotional week, but it's a week of really connecting with the soul, okay? And with any retrograde, that's bringing back unfinished business, things that we need to face, to clear up, to finish, to complete, so that we can move forward. So let's pull a card here and see which area of your life is most impacted by this Mercury retrograde. All right, Gemini, we've got the 7th house. So this says this is the area of your this area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. So there's a big emphasis on relationships and connections of all kinds for you guys during this retrograde. And Mercury returns direct like the second week of March, I believe. So between now and the second week of March, you are really going to be inwardly focused on relationships. And this could just, you're going to notice you're evaluating certain connections in your life. You're thinking about, disconnected relationships in your life from a different perspective. Some of you are finding forgiveness. Some of you are seeing things in such a different light that now you are seeing yourself as accountable in certain situations where maybe in the past you didn't see your hand in things. So this is a big wake-up call emotionally, mentally, about all different connections. And with that retrograde energy, this could mean, Gemini, that you might have people coming out of the woodworks from your past resurfacing, and this could be physically, or you're starting to dream about them, or you're hearing information about them third hand. It's like they're going to start popping back up in your reality. And each person that does, instead of outrightly discounting it and going with that original emotion you had, stop yourself and say, okay, we're in retrograde, unfinished business. Spirit, why is this resurfacing now? What does this mean for me right now, today? What am I to do with this? So let's pull let's pull a card here to look at the positive energy and influence of this Mercury retrograde. We have blessings, and this says, count your blessings and the good in your life will multiply. Yes, Gemini, you're really starting to see things so differently. The way certain relationships ended, it's like, okay, that was a blessing in disguise, everything is like starting to make sense for you guys, and you're seeing it as a blessing rather than a punishment, a curse. All of those negative emotions that come when somebody has hurt us, taken advantage of us, used us, whatever the case may be. Now, because of where you're at and the way your perception's changing and what's going to start coming into your reality, you're seeing everything that didn't work out as a blessing, and people that really hurt you, knocked you down, all of those things, you're realizing, even though you're not condoning the way they treated you, their behavior, you're realizing the strength and independence in which you've gained through those challenging experiences and relationships. So this is really beautiful. It's like a big maturing, like coming into your own. All right, let's see what lesson is trying to be completed and gained through this Mercury retrograde. We have adventure, and this says, dare to do things differently, manifest your travel dreams, move to a new location. Ooh, Gemini, this being the lesson, the completed cycle, this is really about you cutting a lot of attachments emotionally, and that's about emotional baggage, toxic relationships, like all those different things. You're ready to just shed a skin and move forward and forget the past, like 100%. And anybody that may be resurfacing, again, question spirit as to why that is. With this adventure, this could be where you reconnect with somebody of your past, where I don't feel it's like so much a negative falling out. You may have just lost touch. And by that reconnection, it may really change the course of your life. You could really consider moving to a new location, changing a job. You know, there's just something about a reconnection for some Geminis out there where it's really going to change your life in a big, powerful way. Okay, let's pull some tarot and go a bit deeper into this reading. Okay, so he jumped out, the Knight of Rods. Look at that. That's some fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But that's like the reignition, the spark in your soul, where you are feeling blessed and you're feeling happy about the way things have worked out, and even taking stock of certain connections in your life that you have today and just feeling immense gratitude for that. Next is the Emperor, so there's more fire energy, could represent an Aries. Next out is the Seven of Cups, imagination, dreams. Next is the Queen of Swords. And last is the Eight of Cups. Ooh, Gemini, look at all of that. So you would potentially have 3 court cards here. So like I said, there could be people coming out of the woodworks, especially with the Seven of Cups. And I do feel like you're having, many of you, you're starting to have like dreams, or there's a lot of things in your reality that's reminding you of somebody. And very well could be, Gemini, that somebody who walked away or you walked away from in the past, now Spirit is realigning you with that Eight of Cups, okay? So, over the next 3 to 4 weeks, it is definitely all about a relationship evaluation. And through that process, your mind is changing, your heart is changing, and any disconnect between mental and emotional body is finally being balanced out. And it's like you've really got your mind right, a strong head on your shoulders. You're seeing things very clearly, Gemini, about yourself and anybody else in your life, past or present. And all of this is like this great emotional maturity that is yours. Like everything you've been going through has been creating this experience, this energy within you. And now you're coming to the end of that cycle. And it's a big shift emotionally in your emotional body, which allows you to really get your mind right and see things quite differently than you have been in the past, especially around relationships. So those of you, who have felt like you're in one bad relationship after another, whether romantic, friend, family, you're noticing the pattern and you're starting to see, okay, there's something about me. And that's not to say, Gemini, that you're a bad person or you deserve anything, because oftentimes the more loving you are, the more giving you are, the more honest you are, the more pure you are, the more that seems to attract those weird relationships and connections of people who want to take advantage. And now, because of everything you've been through, you're really starting to be able to see the difference right away in somebody's intention and energy. Because some people, it's not like they have this malicious thought in their head of, oh, I'm going to take advantage. It's like they're so deluded within themselves that they don't realize how toxic they are and how selfish they are and how much they take and how damaging they are. Like they don't get it, and you can't break through that wall. Okay, for some people, it's like you'll never reach them. And depending on all your situations and relationships, you're really starting to see things from a different perspective about everybody in your life and what takes from you, what adds to you, what's a true, real connection, and, despite any emotional connection, what you may need to leave behind because it's not honoring to you and your journey. And again, there could be some sort of reconnection with somebody that really changes your life big time, changes the course of things, where you're making this big move, this big change within yourself. Any sort of like repetitive patterns around relationships, codependency, you're having a big wake-up call to that, within yourself, where you're not going to enable, because when we really love somebody and care about somebody, they tend to get a free pass to do things that other people that are strangers to us would never get away with, right? And you're really laying the boundary down. You're seeing the difference and a recognition of, even though we're emotionally involved or connected, it doesn't make these things okay. And you have this emotional strength coming over you because you've been doing this work, you've been moving through this life lesson, and now it's all coming together through this Mercury retrograde, all right? So your mind is going to be filled with connections, and your reality, is going to be putting it all out there. And any sort of confusion, just put it out to spirit. Why is this resurfacing in my life? What do I need to understand? What do I need to do? And the answers will come to you. All right, let's pull you some advice, Gemini. Dream, yes. Follow your yearning for the deep blue sea. And we see that you are having dreams and you're receiving information about yourself, your connections, everything through those dreams. Pay attention to them as well. Also, don't sell yourself short for any connection in your life, Gemini. You deserve the best, and you've got to know it and believe it for yourself. So those are your messages. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.